That was a nice little line.
Yeah, Das Effects, Slum Village.
That made me appreciate rap again.
All over.
Because these niggas are listening.
All over. But we gonna get into that later. We gonna get into that later.
You know what?
Right now?
Yeah, let's go into it.
We got very special guests in the building, man.
Okay.
Alright, I want to introduce him. Matter of fact, I'm gonna let him introduce himself, man. And y'all gonna get to know him as the show goes on, man. Introduce yourself, bro.
Peace. It's Prota-J, I keep FutureRises Entertainment all the way. I'm on the Harlem World Radio, you know what I mean? God bless me coming on here, you know what I mean? I'm just here to speak to y'all. I hope y'all listening.
The listeners is out. The listeners is out. Once again, call in 404-890-5320. We Skyping on the Move Radio and all that. Got my boy Prota-J here. You know, he doing his thing and all that. So talk to us, man. Tell us you know, what started this whole Prota-J movement and all that, man.
It's just beginning, honestly. You know what I'm saying? And,
okay.
I honestly, I don't know where it's going. I know where I want it to go. You know, I mean, as far as the way the game look right now, it's looking real iffy. You know, I'm not letting that stop me though. I'm here,
right?
And I'm trying to bring my own seed to the field.
Okay. So when was this? When did this first get established? Like when you first, you know, felt like you needed to try to make your imprint into this game?
Well, I've been writing since I was about 4 years old, man.
Okay.
You know? Since I could speak, you know?
Right.
I had a big love for music.
Man, you said writing since you was 4 years old.
Yeah,
my 8-year-old still write like chicken scratch.
I'm a writer.
That's what's up.
Look at that, you know? I write, you know? But I've been writing since I was 4 years old, and you know, I've been rapping, school, freestyle Fridays, lunchroom, tables, boxes, and all that. And you know, praise God, praise the all, praise the Creator, you know, the Most High. Right. I ran into this brother right here, you know. This is Bucks right here, you know.
Alright.
You know, and you know what I mean, found somebody that believed in me, who actually, you know, learning the business and know more about the business than I do, who's teaching me, showing me, you know, and somebody I could ride with. You know, I needed that support, you know.
Right.
So that's how it all started. Like I said, it's just beginning. I only knew Bucks for a couple of years, man. I ain't even know Bucks for a whole decade.
Right, yeah.
I feel like I knew the brother for a long time.
I was reading up on that pretty much, like, you know, y'all guys pretty much linked up in like 2008, 2006 or something like that.
Actually, 2004.
Okay.
I met him through a brother named Tragic. Hangout Squad, BOS, shout outs.
Right.
All the time, you know. And Trag brought me up to J crib. You know, the Trag was going to record and stuff like that. I was like, yo, I want to go. I ain't never recorded. You know, I was just writing and freestyling. I never record, you know. So he brought me up there, and you know, I'm sitting there and I'm rapping and everything like that. I put a couple of things on. I recorded a couple of things, and he kept telling me to come back uptown. So ever since then, it was like, you know, I met his family. Right. You know, he met my family.
Okay, so it's really okay.
You know how you meet people when you don't click with people. Right. Automatically, when you come around, you don't click with them, and you like, I'm gonna keep away from that brother. That's your energy. That's your inner self speaking. You know. Right. And I automatically felt this brother off the back. It's aura, everything. So you know, I keep those type of people in my cycle, because if I don't, you know,
positive people.
Yeah, I gotta keep it. I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for that. You know.
For sure, man.
Okay, sounds interesting. So the name came from where? I understand what you call yourself, but I mean, you applied that name because...
Well, Prota-J means an apprentice of such, or somebody who follows, right? I'm gonna always be a learner. I'm gonna always be an apprentice of hip hop. Okay. So that's why I named myself Prota-J. You know, I had to switch the words around. This
is who I am. I'm a little groggy right now. It's called therapy.